Toledo voters have been approving a 3/4% temporary income tax for 30 years. So why not make it permanent? Today, the Toledo City Council approved a continuation of it to go on the March ballot for voters to decide. But one council member brought up the idea of making it permanent. Fox Toledo's Jennifer Steck joins us live with why some say yes and some say no.
Well, the 3/4% income tax brings in approximately $51 million a year. That money pays for police officers and firefighters, along with paying for other expenses. If voters ever decided to vote down this tax, massive job cuts are likely. That's exactly why one councilman wants to make the tax permanent. The city of Toledo currently operates on a 2.25% income tax. 1.5% of that is permanent. The other 3/4 of it is temporary. The $51 million brought in by the temporary tax is divided 3 ways. $17 million for police and fire, another $17 million for governmental operations, and the last $17 million for capital improvements, if it should ever fail.
Over 200 police officers, probably over 200 firefighters having to be laid off. It would be catastrophic to the city if we would have to do that. We certainly don't want to be in that position.
That's exactly why Councilman D. Michael Collins suggested the temporary tax become permanent.
We cannot operate this city with any less than 2.25%. If that 3/4% goes away, the city goes away. We cannot function. We can't even pay for our core services of police and fire on the 1.5% income tax.
Collins says basing the city's budget off of what he calls a what-if tax could eventually be detrimental to Toledo. It's a sentiment echoed by some members on council, but not all. Deputy Mayor Steve Hurwitz says having the tax remain temporary provides much-needed flexibility and accountability.
There is just not the sentiment on council and certainly for the administration. One of the benefits of the city having to bring this before the voters every 4 years, it gives the voters an opportunity to measure how well we're doing our job.
Well, the ordinance passed by council today puts the 3/4% tax on the ballot for March and will remain temporary. Councilman Collins hopes to bring up the permanent argument the next time the tax is discussed in about 3 or 4 years. Reporting tonight, Jennifer Steck, Fox Toledo News.